Shane said that I should show this hack job that I'm doing over here. The cats are somewhere under here, baby kitties. Okay, anyway, our limo, the vinyl top decided to come loose and blow up like the Pope Mobile on top on the way to Houston. Turns out the front of the windshield, which I knew something was going wrong because every time you would hit a huge bump, little flakes of rust would fall in your lap. But it's, you know, it's not a commercial vehicle. It's just something we use for fun, and we park it in the barn. So obviously I bought it at auction, got a really good deal on it, and we used it for about 2 years before we had any significant issues, this being the significant issue. The front header of the windshield had like 4 fist-sized rust holes in it, just completely rotted out. So we went to the junkyard and we got a piece of roof off a vehicle in the junkyard to patch it back in. I had tried to decide if I was going to go all the way back and try to seam it at the B-pillar. And actually, if you look really close here, you can see there was some rust started on this windshield in several spots. Maybe Ford, y'all need to look at that. Maybe that's a flaw in your design. These are Texas vehicles. These are not Michigan vehicles or anything else. But it turned out that the seam for the actual limo is done right here. And obviously they didn't really do much to blend it in, so that's basically all we're gonna do. Is we just kind of overlap the new piece. We're just gonna blend it in. Obviously the easiest thing to do, I mean, you can look down the roof and see it's the sunroof looks like it's completely covered over. There's a water leak back there by the back door, which I'm sure is just more rust like this one was. Although this rust here did not have anything to do with the limo conversion portion of it. This was Ford Excursion rust, which is really even more bizarre than anything. So anyway, we've patched in this panel. Sammy welded it all the way across, did all the spot welds. I'm doing a little bit of fiberglass reinforced Bondo over the seam just to try to give it a little more strength. Now I'm gonna float the seam. So today is Wednesday, and I have to have this thing ready for Saturday to take my daughter to prom. So I'm probably just going to smooth it with Bondo, paint it. I'm gonna put a piece of trim, fold this around itself, and shoot a piece of trim to hold the roof down so it doesn't blow up like a balloon. And I'm going to use it that way for now. And then someday we're going to have to pull this all off to try to fix whatever train wreck's going on over there. Somebody covered up the actual sunroof, so we'd like to put a sunroof back in it. So when we cut it out, we'll put a big old sunroof in it, and then we'll have the whole vinyl top redone. But I'll make sure that it's painted extremely well underneath the vinyl top, and maybe that'll help prevent future corrosion. As long as this thing's running good, I don't want to ruin it. But you can see right here, there's some Bondo cracking here, and there's definitely some bubbling and Bondo cracking there. So I'm guessing this will get probably 1 or 2 more years out of it without looking hideous. Unless I keep beating it up by banging stuff into it. So as long as it looks decent, this isn't somebody's pride and joy that has to be restored perfectly. But you know, it's a cool vehicle. You want it to at least look half decent, better than, you know, Corey's air conditioning job. It's a black truck in Texas. It struggles to keep people cool all the way in the back. I've thought about trying to do RV roof-mounted, low-profile air conditioners or something in the back. Haven't really figured out the best bet yet. So he thought that if he put a larger piece of tubing to the air conditioners, it's got two twin ACs behind the seats, that maybe you could blow more volume, but that didn't really help. So I'm gonna re-hook up the the limo's AC lines. I might drop the headliner someday and actually run smooth tubing to try to get rid of some of the turbulence in the corrugated pipe. Maybe you can get a little more flow that way, or maybe just add a third air conditioner to the back. So anyway, I'm always off topic. Roof, we're gonna throw a little mud up there, smooth it out a little bit better, get some primer on it. I got to get some seam sealer, because obviously these little holes right here need to be sealed, because the wind blowing in there is going to blow water and crap up in there. We used weld through primer on the bottom to try to protect it a little bit better than it was before. So hopefully this will hold for a few years and we can get a little more enjoyment out of this limo. So I'll give you all a little recap when it's all done. Nobody likes to watch boring old Bondo work. All right, bye. Okay, I'm gonna give Shane the camera, but hi Shane. We got it smooth, not straight. I got to get primer on it. It's about time to go to work. Shane's gonna give you a quick glance of what the top looks like, and then I'll give you another shot when we got primer on it. Oh, that's why. I keep trying to figure out why that stupid air hose has so much moisture. It's because that one's bypassing the filter in the regulator, because I wanted max pressure for airing up those 110.
I thought that's why you wanted me to drag that hose I threw on.
That's why I wanted that hose, yeah. But I couldn't see it, so.
Man, it's kind of funny how it's freezing my ass off. Now after taping it, I'm kind of sweating.
That's what work will do for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think I wear a jacket to work? This ladder's smaller than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
By a lot.
Yeah, be nimble to paint.
Better hurry up and teach you off, because I'm not a nimble. I'm more like a thimble. God dang it.
What?
Just blew the damn shit.
Huh?
Something just blew into it. I'd like to blame the limo people, looking at how crusty their shit is up under there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure they didn't make any modifications to the front of this roof. That was strictly a Ford problem.
Oh, where it rusted?
Yeah. The rust didn't have anything to do with the limo conversion.
Unless they stripped it and didn't prime it and paint it. Wasn't it all just Bondo right there?
No, there was no Bondo.
I thought the whole thing was
There was
basically
a whole
Bondo.
bunch of Bondo. Like they filled this whole ditch
Yeah.
and stuff. Up here there was no Bondo.
Was it painted?
Well, I mean, the problem is it was rusty, right? So
Yeah. Like,
Alright, what I just did right there, I flooded the ditch
uh-huh.
to try to like help seal some of that shit out. Only because it's on the roof. Would that work? Otherwise, if you laid it that heavy anywhere else, it would literally just run down the side of the car. And it's literally running down the inside of the ditch, gathering in the bottom, smoothing it up, which is what I intended it for to do.
Yeah.
But
Oh no, it doesn't look horrible.
no, it doesn't look awful.
It looks just like a regular old roof.
So of course here we are, Friday morning, the day before the prom. I'm obviously trying to push it a little bit so I can get this stupid thing painted. Got it sealed. I gotta let the sealer dry for a few minutes, try to get it painted. Then I'll go to bed and while the paint dries, get up, try to figure out trim work to hold the vinyl top down. It still has to be detailed and cleaned and be ready for tomorrow. So nothing like waiting to the last minute as usual. So as you can see, it's painted. Because I had to paint in this very low roof portion, there's some specks of dirt and shit, but hell, I didn't even make the bodywork perfect, so who cares about a few pieces of dust that no one's gonna see. So she's black. I'm going to bed. I think actually, luckily it was small, but I think I painted in record time. So Shane will pull it out, probably video some more. Project Prom 2021, yeah. All right, it is Friday afternoon. We were all blowing, going, pumping it. So paint dried, they started cleaning the inside. Obviously the outside is still filthy. So this is what I came up with for trimming out the roof. So basically what we did was we figured out where we wanted the trim to be right here. I cut that white foam that was underneath there just to the edge of here. Then we left about this much vinyl left, folded the vinyl up underneath, glued the vinyl to the foam, and then flipped it under and glued that part of the vinyl to the bottom of the foam. And then we glued the entire tab down to the roof, and then put this piece of aluminum on top to try to hold it down. And this side came out fantastic. That side, the vinyl ended up being just a skosh longer, so it looks a little pooky, but there again, standing on the ground, nobody can see. Oh, crap. So we're not done gluing, we gotta do the back. Something back here is coming loose. Surprise, surprise. Let's see what it is. Oh, I think it's the lift gate. They put some, ooh, uh-oh. I mean, we can try to glue it, but that's really weird. It's almost like it shrunk.
Yeah.
Because this was like wrapped over the edge and glued. Now there's not enough material there to wrap it over the edge and glue it.
I still think we should glue it.
I think we should glue what's there. And then, yeah, so...
And we hardly don't ever take it out in the rain anyway.
I don't bring the rolly paper over, and we'll paper this and we'll paper that, and then we'll spray the glue up in there, and we'll stick it back down as best we can. So, of course, we broke the stand for this. I could perch y'all right here to watch the insanity, but I'll just show it with the glue glued, and then show it after it's stuck. But what I started to say before, I got so rudely interrupted with more work, is that when you're standing on the ground, most people standing here looking at it, it looks pretty spiffy. Definitely looks way better than ye olde Pope-mobile. Is it straight? Not even close. But, I mean, look at it. That does not look hideous in any way, shape, or form. All this work for you, princess.
I'm
Hey, what are you doing?
I just have talking. Have talking like this.
You're just talking? Where are you?
It's like this.
What did we just do right here?
It's like this.
Did you get it? Why not? So we peeled it up, shot glue in there, glued it back down. So even though it doesn't go over the edge, it's pretty good. You like being on the roof of the limo?
No.
You want to get down? Okay, come on.
Here.
Whoa, don't jump, Jesus! I'm on a ladder, knucklehead.
Here.
And knock us both off the ladder. Goodness gracious! Here, go to Sammy. All right, so that looks better. Hopefully it won't blow away. Time for the limo bath. Time for Grandpa a nap. And Sammy couldn't figure out the visors, so of course I gotta figure out the visors and why she couldn't get them. So obviously everybody knows oh, we didn't put the A-pillars back in either. All this stuff is what holds up the headliner in the front, so I just gotta get the screws and get the headliner back in. All right, cool.
All right, here we are. It is, about 10 a.m. We're supposed to be taking this limo, my sister is, to prom tonight. We did all this roof hacking, all this repairing. If you want to see how that turned out, spliced that puppy in there, folded this over, held it down with a pop riveted piece of aluminum. We're gonna have to get under there and redo this whole roof anyway. From what I gather, and I don't want to speak for all limo people because it's the first one I've ever touched, but it seems like they do not build these things to last, which kind of makes sense. The interior is going to date pretty quickly, and I doubt that limo companies keep older limos in rotation very long, so they probably don't have to last that long. But more importantly, what did we realize last night? Saw a lot of white smoke coming out of that tailpipe there. Not sure if my sister left the drain pan under. She did. You can probably see that oil there. The oil looks like chocolate milk. So needless to say, the head gasket on this puppy's blown. So what we're gonna try for the first time ever is this Blue Devil head gasket sealer. Instructions are pretty straightforward. They want you to drain the system, remove the thermostat, flush it with water till it's clear, fill it back up with water, slowly add this head gasket sealer. Depending on the capacity of your cooling system, depends on how much you add. In the case of this V10, it's like 6.8 gallons, so it's like a quart and a half, a little more. So it'll be like one and a little more than a half of these bottles. You have to add it very slowly. So we're gonna give this a go and see how it works. I've actually heard pretty good things online. I would have never ever trusted this ever, but seeing as the fact they're supposed to leave in about 6 hours, it's our only shot. So I'm not getting this head off, and otherwise they're just gonna drive it, and I hope it doesn't explode. So I'll let you know how this goes. All right, here we are. It was a long road, but we have got the entire system flushed. You can see all this water on the ground. Got it running pretty dang clear, man. In the process, destroyed the thermostat that was in here. No big deal, replaced that. Realized the upper hose was leaking. It wouldn't reseal, so I had to go pick up a new upper hose. Draining the system is really, really easy. You just literally, there's a screw on the bottom of the radiator you just take out to allow it to drain, and then you pull this cap off to allow flow. So drain it, fill it back up with water, run it through the engine, drain it. And when I had the thermostat housing out, to get the thermostat out of the way, I just pumped water through there too and flushed through it that way. But we're at the point about to start adding in this Blue Devil head gasket sealer and see how this puppy works, man. Engine's cold. Everything's sealed up. Gonna come in here, start it up, heater on. Heater's on max. All right, let's give it a whirl.
Very slowly.
A few moments later.
I got another half a quart I need to add into this puppy. I'm gonna add a little bit more water, and then we just idle it with the cap on for 50 minutes and see what the hell happens. So I'll let you know if it works. All right, here we are. So I got a full quart and a half a quart in. There's a chart on the back of this bottle. It tells you how much to put in based off of the capacity of your cooling system. This one's like a little bit more than 1.5. Let's see. Reservoir's filled up. I can see the blue in there. So the way I did it, I filled the radiator mostly, and then I added the head gasket sealer in, knowing it would get sucked in and circulated, and then added water, and then added more head gasket sealer to fill up the reservoir. I haven't seen it actually start circulating through there yet, so I'm happy I did it that way. Temperatures seem to be maintaining. The crazy part is I'm pretty sure cylinder 7 is the problem child. That's where the head gasket gave, because it's been misfiring like crazy. And it seems like the misfire's already settled out. It's been like literally 3 minutes. But they want you to idle it for an hour. So we're gonna idle this puppy for an hour. I got an alarm set. We're gonna turn it off. We're gonna let it cool. And then I'm gonna throw in a new thermostat and see what happens, man. Hopefully this actually works. I will be absolutely shocked if it does. But who knows, man? They say guarantee on the bottle. I don't know what kind of magic stuff they got going on in there, but if it works, score. No matter what, though, this puppy's driving out to prom today, I think. So, let you know how it goes.